Hi, my name is Kimber Berry, and this is my presentation for Module 1. A little bit about me. I'm 25 years old. I was born and raised in Dodge City, Kansas. I'm still here. I am a mom. There's the pictures of that little girl. That's my daughter. Her name is Luna. She's a 3.5-year-old. That guy right there, that's my boyfriend Christian, and we do have another one on the way. Luna's going to be a big sister. We also really love to travel, so I included a picture from our most recent place. We went to Portland over spring break. As far as teaching experience, I started out in daycare with 2.5 to 3-year-olds. Loved it. Absolutely fell in love. Got my degree in early childhood education and then actually became a second grade teacher, and that's where I've been for the last 5 years. I am ESOL certified. I got my bachelor's at Hayes. I'm working on my master's at Hayes. I think in the future I'd like to go back to the littles again, even to first or kindergarten, but I think pre-K is my main goal to get back to. As far as action research, what is action research? It's actively researching and changing as you research. The purpose is completely up to you as the teacher or the person, researching. You can come up with whatever you're looking for. So what are your students retaining? What do your students know in your classroom? Do students participate in group projects? So it's whatever you want to work on as a teacher in your classroom, or even, a bunch of teachers or a district, just kind of depends. One of the most important pieces of action research is the reflection portion. The goal is to encourage student learning and to figure out what's working and what's not. In action research, action refers to the change you are trying to implement, and research refers to your improved understanding of the learning environment. So what am I trying to change? What am I trying to figure out? And then how are you going to get there? Action research purpose in the 4 types. The purpose is to find out what's working by identifying that question and testing it out. You are experimenting. You gather data and you decide if it worked or if it didn't and you need to change. So it just spirals around and around. It's not always going to be one and done. The 4 different types. So there's individual, one classroom, one teacher. You want to do something in your room. There's collaborative action research. Could be problems in a single classroom and some people are going to work on it with you, some colleagues, or it could be several classrooms are seeing the same data and they want to figure out what's working and what's not, and they're going to work together to figure it out. They're going to collaborate. It can be school-wide. There could be a school identified, there's a problem, and as a school they collect data, organize it, interpret that data, and decide, is what we're doing working or do we need to change it? Again, number 4, district-wide, addresses problems within the district. All very similar, just a little bit different, more people involved. Action research steps. So first step is to plan and identify that problem. Again, it can be anything. There's so many things: classroom behavior, classroom management. Is this working in my classroom? Is it not working in my classroom? You just have to identify your problem. If you have trouble coming up with a problem, that's where you bring in your friends, you collaborate, you get with some other teachers. Once you've identified that question or questions, you develop an action plan. Number 2. How are you going to get from point A to point B? How are you going to figure out if it's working? What data are you going to use? How are you going to test it? Once you've tested and you've gone through it, you analyze that data. Number 3, what did the data show you? Number 4, you put that data together, you form a conclusion. Did it work? Did it not work? Do you need to try something else? Finally, you share your results. You can share them just with a partner to help reflect. You can share them with your school, share them with your district. If you figure out something amazing, you can share it with the world somehow. Lots of different things you can do. And finally, you adjust and begin again. You don't want to just stop and, okay, I'm the best teacher in the world, I'm done. There's always something to improve on. The goal of action research, the main goal is to understand and improve practices as teachers in order to help our students reach their full potential. This type of research can help identify questions and implement strategies. You can get all the way through one whole research experiment and figure out, I need to answer a different question. Something else is not working. Action research versus traditional research. So both of these identify problems and try to solve it. Both of them require research and both require predictions and data. Action research tries to fix specific issues and involves everyone. It involves the parents, it involves the students, it involves teachers, it involves your principal. It's continuous, it's a spiral. Goes around and around and comes back. You reflect, you evaluate, you improve, you collaborate more. But traditional research is generally one and done. You did it, you're done. Includes research and sometimes writing a paper. Action research also includes research. I mean, you're researching for both. There's just might be more involved with action research than with traditional research. Problems with action research. So from what I've learned through the articles I've read, it looks like it's really time consuming. You have to plan. You have to analyze. You have to reflect. It's continuous. You might change and you might feel an urgency to complete it. Oh my goodness, deadlines. So that might be a little tricky. You might lack the knowledge, like you can't come up with a question, or you come up with a question, but you don't really know how to test for that. That part can be unknown without some professional development, and you might get frustrated. You could face some ethical dilemmas, like are students given an option? Can they opt out of this research, or do they have to be involved in it? And it might go against your protocol. You might go through the whole thing and then figure out, well, this isn't working, but it's what I'm supposed to be doing in my classroom according to protocol. So, some problems. Can action research help me? Well, yeah, it can help me figure out how to identify problems, create some solutions. It can help me readjust my teaching and become a better teacher. It can improve my relationships with my colleagues by collaborating, and relationships with my students. By improving those relationships, it'll improve student learning and my work environment overall. It can improve me as a teacher. The more we reflect and collaborate, the better we get. I can work on classroom management, instructional strategies, and I can increase my students' abilities. So it can be very helpful, I think. Student learning. Students will observe problem solving by participating and watching their teachers go through action research. So action research definitely helps students. It's one of the main goals, to figure out what's not working or what is working. Teacher performance. Teachers have the ability to make informed decisions because of their own personal work rather than relying on others. So through action research, as a teacher, you're looking at it going, okay, I've done the research on myself and my students currently in my classroom. This did not work. I need to change it. Not relying on someone else to tell you, hey, that's not going to work. Figuring it out for yourself. Critique. How does this support educational success? So when I first heard that phrase, action research, I thought of researching while in action, like walking and researching. I don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense because research is constant anyway. Now that I know what action research is, I can say that my school has conducted a form of action research throughout the school year. We identified some issues. Reading scores for our students. We tested for them, and then we changed as we needed to. So for like tier 3 instruction, our students are really low. Why are they low? Let's figure it out. Throughout the articles, I've learned that action research has a lot to it, and I think it can be beneficial, but it also seems like I said earlier, time consuming if you do it correctly. Where my school did it, we didn't like do a whole bunch of research outside of what we already knew. We were using what we had, collaborating together, and figuring out how to help bump up our students' scores. We did it all year long, but I think that we could add some more into it. We could, figure out some more instructional strategies, do some coaching. Conducting action research in my classroom personally could help me improve my teaching by giving me the opportunity to implement some new strategies that I'm interested in, not just the ones I'm told to use. So, opportunity for some personal professional development. Course learning, outcome correlation, relevancy, and reflection. I'll let you pause. You can read through that. And here's my references. Thanks for listening.